Now, the medical director of the Effia Nkwanta Regional Hospital, Joseph Tambil, says the hospital has lodged a complaint at the Takoradi District Police Station over allegations of a missing or stolen baby leveled against staff of the hospital. The family of a 14-year-old JHS student who allegedly delivered prematurely at the facility says the hospital has failed to give them access to the body of the baby, who was declared dead barely 24 hours after delivery. The incident happened, and the mother of the teenager, who only gives her name as Gifty, wants the matter investigated.
We went to the sawmill, but upon arrival, we were told she was in labor. And since they didn't have an incubator, we moved to Effia Nkwanta Hospital, accompanied by a nurse. My 15-year-old pregnant daughter, who had entered her 7th month, gave birth, and the child was put in an incubator. After visiting the baby twice, I left the hospital, only to return the next morning and to be told that the child had died. When I demanded to see the corpse, I was told I had to wait for a morgue assistant who never showed up.
Na wanya 6 months me ya wula 7.
6 months to 7.
Ni ya wula.
Nti I don't know okan wo fi ana oye ne da obanda na Edru hospital ho no.
Wo school na madam frɛ me sɛ me ba ni munumunu ne ho wo school wandi no me mama dan asɛm. Di me kwae na me ne kɔ ayi so me ho no. Ya kwa na mo sɛ ya wo na mo zo mo ni machine ni bi e wo ngubeta ni bi wo ho am de ni be hyem bi. Mama me kofa aka ba na yakwa Effia Nkwanta mama nurse ni ba ko tan yakwa Effia Nkwanta
Mbacho na oba na we din fian
oh 15
oh 15
acha
owo bema na oba oba ena
mama me koya ne card nyina mbode ba mama me koya ne card kura nyina oba
card na mo je o sen
card na me wa fi I'm just a one BBB now. My 2 receipt not watching.
What receipt not to train? Now that was a card nankasa swear ekitao.
Card in there or one blabber could be.
Okay, I then now or my throw card neso.
I only the only you crystal baby son on my head.
Obana de Christabel.
Or the crystal and the banner son on my head.
Okay.
And you come march in the first march in now or warrior. And ya ba that's about the Friday.
Time more, time morning na money who baby no until say mo free yo.
Sir, me call on. Madam Adichin. In the Adichin, I'm quite some kubita say I can't now promote to say. And the Maquana nice to leave back kubite. Or done I am so much a mutu. I did not watch anyone in the drone or say. Obano either or were wounded. When your man is on a faculty, now doctor saw the baby at the action. None besides an acronym one. I know I say, watch a man about a fan of Condi, Obama, Naba, no aquature, and I'm seeing. If my China, maybe me quite a baby. In the third and a sort of number or more, and no more down, and I'm catching. Nice me the oil and the ask you. What I could have quite a mean walk around. No, Mr. Quano, I quite any body, I wasn't bearing who ye. The mamma baby, and nursing in one or man who walk around between it.
But now, Banner, they know the hospital.
I'm meaning none by.
Wouldn't none by.
Curious, but the regional hospital has denied the allegations. Here's an interview with the medical director of the Effia Nkwanta Regional Hospital, Joseph Tambil. He spoke to my colleague, Ernest Maynard, last night.
She came on the 1st to deliver. I only got aware of this issue on the 12th of March at around 10 p.m. when she had gone to a radio station to make damning allegations against staff.
Did the baby die at the facility?
Absolutely, yes.
Was the baby buried thereafter?
Yes, and you see, when the baby passed, and the baby passed a little over 3 hours after it was expelled. Okay, and this was a baby that weighed 0.5 kilograms, and the estimated gestational age was 24 weeks by the specialist pediatrician. Okay, so this baby's chance of survival was already at the beginning was less than 50%. Okay, now this woman leaves the hospital, and for 3 days she wasn't found. She was asked to go and do the records for the baby. Mind you, there were two people here. Her daughter, who is the mother of this fetus we're talking about.
The teenager. Yeah.
Yes, and the fetus itself. So she was asked to go and make records for the fetus. Well, she never did. She never went back to the NICU.
Well, she disputes this. She says that she actually saw the baby being put in an incubator. She went home and came back the next day, only to be told that the baby had died. And upon request, because she wanted to see the body of the baby, she was told she had to pay some money for those in charge of the mortuary to lead her there. Is that indeed the case? Is that what happened?
Like I told you, all these things, like I told you, the story keeps changing. And I'm wondering what the motive is. I'm wondering what she wants. What? Because when they came to my office, okay, sit down and negotiate with hospital. And I was asking them, what are we negotiating about?
When you say they wanted to negotiate, what were their demands?
But they're asking us to compensate the little girl for the loss of her child.
Well, I put that question to her, and she denied that. But very quickly, Doc, where was the baby buried?
Within the premises of the hospital. And the person who did it is alive and well. And so at any point, if push comes to shove, the body can be exhumed, DNA analysis can be done. You see,
but is it standard practice to go ahead to bury anybody at all without the consent of the family?
Well, that is an issue to be interrogated later.
But you are the professional. I mean, you are superintendent of the hospital. Does it ever happen as part of your operations? Is it standard that at any point in time you have the right to go ahead to bury anybody because of whatever circumstance?
No, we have a standard procedure with regards to adults. I think there's a little bit of a lacuna when it comes to preterm fetuses at that age, because they're so tiny, and it's difficult to keep them in a small fridge.
But even if the procedure isn't clear with babies, isn't it just courteous, because it's a human life you're talking about here, that the family is indeed informed, they know where the baby is buried, and then there's a proper closure.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right, and I won't hold brief for any staff who may have breached any standard procedures. I won't do that. But you see, this matter could have been laid to rest right from the beginning.
But I'm interested in knowing who ordered for the baby to be buried. Did the nurses take...
Like I said, the police is handling this matter, and we will get to know who did what. Okay? But suffice it to say that no baby was missing. No baby was lost where the baby is.
Okay.
In that it is.
And just finally, since you reported this to the police, has there been any invitation or interrogation of your staff that you're aware of?
Oh, yes. Yes.
How many?
Well, I can't give those details, but I know the police are in touch with staff. They've gone to the police station several times. So they are on it.